Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hi, Professor Said Gulamov will be presenting today's lecture on Cyber Law, Lecture 7, Legal Advocacy in the Digital Age, Part 2. We'll investigate its applications in law enforcement, e-enforcement, and cyber hygiene. Get ready to explore the digital transformation of law enforcement agencies and international cooperation in combating cybercrime. This lecture will provide you with cutting-edge insights into the future of legal advocacy and law enforcement in the digital age. Application of its technologies in law enforcement activities, spheres, and legal aspects. Its integration in law enforcement. The integration of it in law enforcement represents a seismic shift in the landscape of policing and criminal justice. As illustrated on the slide, this technological revolution spans a wide range of areas, from sophisticated crime analysis to cutting-edge digital forensics. The scale of this transformation is staggering. By 2016, over 90% of U.S. police departments had adopted computer-based record management systems, a clear indicator of the digital tide sweeping through law enforcement. The FBI's next-generation identification system stands out as a prime example, significantly enhancing biometric identification capabilities. However, this digital revolution isn't without its challenges. The integration of these technologies raises profound questions about privacy and civil liberties, necessitating a delicate balance between technological advancement and the protection of individual rights. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore how this transformation is reshaping the very nature of law enforcement in the digital age. Crime analysis and predictive policing. Crime analysis and predictive policing represent the cutting edge of data-driven law enforcement. As shown on the slide, software like Predpol exemplifies this trend, leveraging historical data to forecast future criminal activities. This approach has shown potential in reducing crime rates, but it's not without controversy. The Loomis case stands out as a pivotal moment, highlighting the critical need for transparency in algorithmic decision-making within the justice system. Geographic information systems tools have revolutionized crime mapping, enabling law enforcement to visualize and analyze crime patterns with unprecedented precision. However, the integration of machine learning in these processes, while enhancing efficiency, raises important questions about data quality and potential biases. As we navigate this new terrain of data-driven policing, we must grapple with the ethical implications and ensure that our pursuit of efficiency doesn't come at the cost of fairness and civil liberties. Digital forensics in law enforcement. Digital forensics has become the linchpin of modern criminal investigations. As illustrated on the slide, tools like EnCase have become indispensable for extracting and analyzing digital evidence, transforming the way law enforcement approaches investigations. The legal admissibility of this digital evidence is guided by stringent Department of Justice guidelines, emphasizing the critical importance of maintaining evidence integrity throughout the forensic process. Mobile device forensics, led by tools like Celebrite UFED, has emerged as a crucial frontier, reflecting the ubiquity of smartphones in modern life and crime. However, the rise of encrypted devices presents significant challenges for law enforcement, as dramatically illustrated by the high-profile Apple versus FBI case. This evolving landscape of digital forensics underscores the growing importance of electronic evidence in criminal investigations, demanding not only specialized tools and techniques but also a nuanced understanding of the legal and ethical implications of digital evidence gathering. Surveillance technologies in law enforcement. Surveillance technologies have dramatically expanded the capabilities of law enforcement, but not without sparking intense debate. As shown on the slide, laws like the U.S. Wiretap Act provide the legal framework for electronic surveillance, reflecting the ongoing effort to balance law enforcement needs with privacy protection. The use of CCTV and facial recognition technologies has become particularly contentious, as exemplified by the landmark Bridges case. Automatic license plate reader systems represent another frontier in surveillance, offering powerful tracking capabilities while raising significant privacy concerns. Body-worn cameras have emerged as a double-edged sword, impacting both officer behavior and public trust in law enforcement. These technologies embody the tension at the heart of modern policing: how to leverage advanced surveillance capabilities to enhance public safety while safeguarding individual privacy and civil liberties. Information management systems in law enforcement. Information management systems have become the nervous system of modern law enforcement. As illustrated on the slide, platforms like the National Crime Information Center and Secure Information Exchange Network application facilitate crucial data sharing among law enforcement agencies, breaking down information silos. The Criminal Justice Information Services Security Policy stands as a critical safeguard, governing the protection of sensitive data within these systems. Case management systems have revolutionized law enforcement operations, significantly enhancing efficiency and coordination. The exploration of blockchain technology for enhancing data integrity in law enforcement records points to the ongoing evolution of these systems. Artificial intelligence is pushing the boundaries further, enhancing information retrieval capabilities. However, this power comes with responsibility, requiring careful management to ensure accuracy and fairness in how information is collected, stored, and utilized in law enforcement activities. Cybercrime investigation tools. The realm of cybercrime investigation has necessitated the development of specialized tools to combat digital threats. As shown on the slide, network forensics tools like Wireshark have become essential for analyzing criminal communications in cyberspace, providing investigators with powerful capabilities to unravel complex digital crimes. International standards now guide the handling of digital evidence in cybercrime investigation, reflecting the global nature of these threats. The emergence of cryptocurrency investigation tools marks a new frontier in tackling digital financial crime, though it raises important questions about privacy in the digital economy. Dark web investigations present law enforcement with unique challenges, requiring specialized techniques to navigate this hidden realm of the internet. These tools and techniques highlight the complex nature of cybercrime investigations, demanding a delicate balance between leveraging advanced technological capabilities and adhering to legal and ethical considerations in the digital domain. Biometric technologies in law enforcement. Biometric technologies have ushered in a new era of identification capabilities in law enforcement. As illustrated on the slide, facial recognition technology has become prevalent but remains highly contested, as evidenced by the Lynch case. Large-scale fingerprint databases have significantly enhanced identification capabilities, but not without raising substantial privacy concerns. DNA databases, governed by laws like the DNA Identification Act, have revolutionized criminal investigations, providing unprecedented tools for solving cold cases and identifying suspects. The exploration of emerging technologies like gait analysis points to the ongoing evolution of biometric applications in law enforcement. These advanced identification capabilities, while powerful tools for law enforcement, underscore the critical need for robust privacy protections. As we continue to harness these technologies, we must navigate the delicate balance between enhancing public safety and safeguarding individual privacy rights in an increasingly data-driven world. Mobile technologies in law enforcement. Mobile technologies have transformed the landscape of law enforcement operations, bringing unprecedented capabilities directly to officers in the field. As shown on the slide, mobile data terminals now provide real-time database access, enabling officers to make informed decisions on the spot. Smartphone apps have expanded this functionality further, offering a range of tools at officers' fingertips, though not without raising important security considerations. Mobile fingerprint scanners have revolutionized on-the-spot identifications, but their use must be carefully navigated within the bounds of Fourth Amendment protections. The integration of body-worn cameras with mobile apps represents a significant advancement in accountability and evidence gathering, yet it also intensifies privacy concerns. These mobile technologies reflect the increasing agility of law enforcement operations in the digital age, while simultaneously highlighting the need to balance operational efficiency with robust privacy protections and legal compliance. AI and machine learning in law enforcement. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are at the forefront of innovation in law enforcement, offering unprecedented capabilities while raising profound ethical questions. As illustrated on the slide, predictive policing algorithms exemplify this duality, promising enhanced crime prevention while facing criticism for potential biases. AI-powered facial recognition technology has dramatically expanded identification capabilities, but its use has sparked significant legal and ethical debates. Natural language processing is revolutionizing the analysis of textual data for intelligence gathering, though it raises important privacy concerns. In the realm of digital forensics, machine learning is accelerating evidence analysis, but it also challenges the traditional role of human expertise in investigations. The use of AI in risk assessment tools for bail and sentencing decisions, as highlighted in the State v. Loomis case, underscores the complex ethical and legal implications of these technologies in the justice system, opportunities and challenges of it in law enforcement. As we conclude our exploration of it in law enforcement, we find ourselves at the intersection of unprecedented opportunities and formidable challenges. The slide encapsulates this duality. While its technologies have undeniably enhanced law enforcement capabilities, they have also raised significant concerns regarding privacy and civil liberties. The rapid pace of technological advancement often outstripped existing legal frameworks, necessitating ongoing updates to ensure adequate oversight. Judicial interpretation of constitutional protections in the digital age becomes increasingly crucial as these technologies reshape the landscape of law enforcement. The global nature of cyber threat underscores the essential need for international cooperation in addressing cross-border challenges. As we look to the future, the development of comprehensive legal and ethical frameworks emerges as paramount, guiding the application of it in law enforcement to strike a crucial balance between enhancing public safety and protecting individual rights in our increasingly digital world. E-enforcement, electronic execution of judicial decisions, and law enforcement acts. Introduction to e-enforcement. E-enforcement stands at the forefront of modern legal systems, revolutionizing how we execute court orders and monitor compliance. As illustrated on the slide, this digital transformation spans a wide range of areas, from online court orders to sophisticated digital asset seizure and automated compliance monitoring. The European e-Justice portal exemplifies the potential of these digital solutions in fostering legal cooperation across borders. However, this technological leap forward isn't without its challenges. The implementation of e-enforcement demands a delicate balance between enhancing efficiency and safeguarding due process and individual rights. This field represents more than just a digitization of traditional processes. It's a fundamental reimagining of legal enforcement for the digital age. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore how e-enforcement is adapting time-honored legal principles to the realities of our increasingly digital world, highlighting both the opportunities and the complex challenges that arise in this transformation. Legal framework for e-enforcement. The legal framework underpinning e-enforcement is as complex as it is crucial. As shown on the slide, EU Regulation 1215/2012 stands out as a pivotal piece of legislation, facilitating cross-border e-enforcement within the European Union. The UK case GVG marks a significant milestone, confirming legal jurisdiction over cryptocurrency assets and highlighting the evolving nature of property in the digital age. The US Cloud Act represents a game-changer in cross-border data access for law enforcement, while cases like Microsoft Corp. v. United States grapple with the thorny issue of extraterritorial reach in digital warrants. On the international stage, the Hague Convention provides a crucial framework for cross-border e-enforcement. This evolving legal landscape underscores the ongoing challenge of adapting traditional legal concepts to the digital realm, balancing national sovereignty with the borderless nature of digital transactions and crimes. Digital asset tracing and seizure. Digital asset tracing and seizure represent the new frontier in e-enforcement. As illustrated on the slide, tools like Chainalysis have become indispensable for law enforcement, enabling the tracking and tracing of cryptocurrency transactions with unprecedented precision. The U.S. Department of Justice's cryptocurrency enforcement framework provides crucial guidance in this rapidly evolving field, setting standards for digital asset investigations. High-profile cases like United States v. 69,370 Bitcoin demonstrate the complexities involved in seizing digital assets, challenging traditional notions of property and possession. The process of freezing digital wallets often requires intricate cooperation with cryptocurrency exchanges, highlighting the unique public-private partnerships emerging in this space. These developments underscore the fundamental shift in how we conceptualize property and value in the digital age, demanding that law enforcement techniques evolve to keep pace with technological advancements. Automated compliance monitoring. Automated compliance monitoring is revolutionizing the landscape of e-enforcement. As shown on the slide, AI-driven systems are now at the forefront of monitoring content removal orders and financial transactions, offering unprecedented efficiency and scale. The Google v. EchoStack case highlights the complex challenges of enforcing global content removal, pushing the boundaries of jurisdictional authority in the digital realm. The integration of IoT devices in monitoring restraining orders represents a powerful tool for law enforcement, but it also raises significant privacy concerns, exemplifying the delicate balance between safety and individual rights. Automated systems have become crucial in detecting online intellectual property infringements at scale, transforming how we protect digital assets. However, these technological advancements must navigate the complex terrain of data protection laws, underscoring the ongoing challenge of harmonizing efficient enforcement with robust privacy protections in our interconnected digital world. Digital court orders. Digital court orders are reshaping the very foundation of judicial processes. As illustrated on the slide, the eIDAS regulations recognition of electronic seals marks a significant step in facilitating digital court orders across the European Union, enhancing both efficiency and cross-border cooperation. The growing prevalence of electronic service rules worldwide reflects a global shift towards digitizing legal communications. The exploration of blockchain technology for creating immutable and verifiable court records points to a future where the integrity of judicial decisions is technologically guaranteed. The rise of automated execution of orders, particularly in areas like domain seizures, demonstrates the increasing integration of technology in enforcing judicial decisions. These digital writs are not merely electronic versions of traditional documents. They represent a fundamental modernization of judicial processes, enhancing accessibility and efficiency while raising new questions about the nature of legal authority in the digital age. E-enforcement of intellectual property rights. The e-enforcement of intellectual property rights stands at the intersection of technology and law. As shown on the slide, automated content recognition systems have become a battleground for IP enforcement, exemplified by landmark cases like Viacom v. U2. The widespread adoption of DMCA notice and takedown procedures highlights the central role of digital platforms in IP protection, though not without controversy over potential misuse. Domain seizures have emerged as a powerful tool in combating online counterfeiting and piracy, extending the reach of IP enforcement into the digital infrastructure itself. The potential of smart contracts in automating and enforcing digital licensing agreements points to a future where IP rights are self-executing in the digital realm. These developments underscore the complex interplay between technological capabilities and legal principles in protecting intellectual property in an increasingly digital world, challenging traditional notions of ownership and control. E-enforcement in financial regulations and AML. E-enforcement in financial regulations and anti-money laundering efforts represents a critical frontier in the fight against digital financial crimes. As illustrated on the slide, automated transaction monitoring has become the standard practice in financial compliance, leveraging advanced algorithms to detect suspicious activities. The FATF recommendations provide a crucial international framework, guiding the implementation of e-enforcement strategies in financial sectors globally. Artificial intelligence is pushing the boundaries of financial crime detection, enhancing the ability to identify complex patterns of illicit activities. The introduction of the travel rule for virtual assets has spurred innovative technological solutions, addressing the unique challenges posed by cryptocurrency transactions. These mechanisms reflect the financial sector's rapid adaptation to digital threats, showcasing how technology can be harnessed to combat financial crimes in an increasingly complex digital ecosystem. E-enforcement in competition law and consumer protection. E-enforcement in competition law and consumer protection is reshaping market oversight in the digital age. As shown on the slide, sophisticated market monitoring algorithms are now deployed to detect anti-competitive practices like price fixing, bringing unprecedented scrutiny to digital marketplaces. High-profile cases involving tech giants like Google and Amazon highlight the unique challenges of enforcing competition law in rapidly evolving digital markets. The use of web crawlers to enforce consumer protection regulations in online marketplaces demonstrates the proactive approach regulators are taking to safeguard consumer interest in e-commerce. Automated recall systems represent a significant advancement in product safety enforcement, enabling swift action to protect consumers from potential harm. These applications of e-enforcement in competition law and consumer protection underscore the ongoing adaptation of regulatory frameworks to the realities of digital commerce, balancing the need for market innovation with robust consumer safeguards. Cross-border e-enforcement. Cross-border e-enforcement stands as one of the most complex challenges in our interconnected digital world. As illustrated on the slide, the Hague Convention plays a crucial role in facilitating the international recognition and enforcement of digital judgments, providing a framework for legal cooperation across borders. However, cases like Yahoo! The LICRA highlight the persistent jurisdictional challenges in enforcing national laws in the global digital space. The European Account Preservation Order represents an innovative approach to streamlining cross-border financial enforcement processes within the EU. The e-Codex system marks a significant step forward in digitizing judicial cooperation, enhancing efficiency in cross-border cases. These efforts reflect the growing recognition that effective e-enforcement in our digital age requires unprecedented levels of international cooperation, challenging traditional notions of sovereignty and jurisdiction in the pursuit of justice across digital borders. Evolution and challenges of e-enforcement. As we look to the future of e-enforcement, we find ourselves at the intersection of tremendous opportunities and formidable challenges. As shown on the slide, while e-enforcement dramatically enhances efficiency in legal processes, it also raises critical questions about due process and privacy in the digital age. The need for ongoing legislative updates underscores the dynamic nature of this field, where legal frameworks must continuously evolve to keep pace with rapid technological advancements. The role of judicial oversight remains paramount, ensuring that automated enforcement procedures adhere to principles of fairness and justice. The importance of specialized training for law enforcement in digital technologies cannot be overstated, as it forms the foundation for effective e-enforcement. As we navigate this complex landscape, the development of adaptive legal frameworks and robust international cooperation emerges as key to ensuring fair and effective digital enforcement in our increasingly interconnected world. Cyber hygiene and law enforcement activities, requirements, standards, and implementation measures. Introduction to cyber hygiene in law enforcement. Cyber hygiene has become the cornerstone of modern law enforcement, representing a critical line of defense in an increasingly digital world. As illustrated on the slide, the scope of this challenge is staggering. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaints Center reported a 69% surge in cybercrime complaints in 2020, underscoring the urgent need for robust digital security practices. High-profile incidents like the 2019 U.S. Customs and Border Protection breach serve as stark reminders of the vulnerabilities even well-resourced agencies face. The crux of the challenge lies in balancing operational efficiency with stringent cybersecurity measures, a task that demands constant vigilance and adaptation. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore how cyber hygiene practices are not merely technical protocols, but essential safeguards for protecting sensitive information and maintaining public trust in law enforcement institutions. Legal framework for law enforcement cyber hygiene. The legal framework underpinning cyber hygiene in law enforcement is as complex as it is crucial. As shown on the slide, legislation like the U.S. Federal Information Security Modernization Act of 2014 sets the gold standard for federal agency cybersecurity programs. In Europe, the Network and Information Security Directive takes center stage in enhancing cybersecurity across critical sectors, including law enforcement. The Law Enforcement Directive 2016/680 addresses the nuances of data processing in policing activities, while the NIST cybersecurity framework offers comprehensive guidelines that have become a global benchmark. International cooperation finds its footing in agreements like the EU-US Umbrella Agreement, governing cross-border data sharing. This intricate legal tapestry reflects the global nature of cyber threats and the need for harmonized approaches to cyber hygiene in law enforcement, balancing national security imperatives with individual privacy rights. Data protection in law enforcement systems. Data protection in law enforcement systems represents a delicate balance between operational needs and individual rights. As illustrated on the slide, the concept of privacy by design stands at the forefront, embedding data protection principles into the very architecture of law enforcement systems. The Criminal Justice Information Services Security Policy emerges as a cornerstone, governing access control to sensitive law enforcement data with exacting standards. The principles of data minimization and purpose limitation play a crucial role, ensuring that data collection and use are strictly aligned with legitimate law enforcement objectives. Data retention policies navigate the complex terrain of legal requirements and operational necessities, striking a balance between maintaining valuable information and respecting privacy rights. Encryption stands out as a critical tool in this arsenal, providing a robust shield for sensitive law enforcement data against unauthorized access or breaches. Network security in law enforcement. Network security in law enforcement demands a multi-layered defense strategy that's both robust and adaptable. As shown on the slide, the implementation of firewall and intrusion detection systems adheres to rigorous ISO/IEC 27033 standards, setting a high bar for protection. The adoption of zero-trust principles in network segmentation marks a paradigm shift, treating every access request as potentially hostile. Regular security assessments emerge as a non-negotiable practice, ensuring the ongoing integrity of law enforcement networks against evolving threats. The protection of critical infrastructure aligns closely with guidelines from the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, reflecting the national security implications of law enforcement networks. Security information and event management systems stand out as powerful tools, enabling real-time monitoring of network activities and rapid response to potential threats. Endpoint security in law enforcement. Endpoint security in law enforcement addresses the diverse and complex device ecosystem that modern policing relies upon. As illustrated on the slide, mobile device management solutions play a crucial role, enforcing stringent security policies across the range of devices used by law enforcement personnel. Endpoint detection and response systems represent the cutting edge of threat detection, offering advanced capabilities to identify and neutralize sophisticated attacks. The anti-malware strategies employed in law enforcement leverage next-generation solutions, evolving to combat increasingly complex digital threats. Full disk encryption emerges as a critical defense against device theft, a particularly pressing concern given the sensitive nature of law enforcement data. Strict policies governing removable media use stand as a final line of defense, preventing unauthorized data exfiltration from law enforcement systems. Digital forensics and cyber hygiene. Digital forensics in law enforcement demands meticulous attention to cyber hygiene to ensure the integrity and admissibility of evidence. As shown on the slide, right blotting technologies play a crucial role, preserving the sanctity of digital evidence by preventing any inadvertent alterations during the investigation process. Hashing algorithms emerge as indispensable tools, providing a mathematical fingerprint to verify the authenticity of collected digital evidence. Electronic logging systems stand guard over the chain of custody, creating an unbreakable audit trail for every piece of digital evidence. The practice of forensic imaging, creating exact data copies, ensures that original evidence remains untouched while allowing for thorough analysis. Secure analysis environments represent the final piece of this puzzle, protecting against potential malware contamination during the delicate process of digital forensic examination. Incident response in law enforcement. Incident response in law enforcement cyber hygiene is a critical component that can make or break an agency's ability to handle digital crises. As illustrated on the slide, the National Institute of Standards and Technology's special publication 800-61 serves as a guiding light for incident response planning in law enforcement agencies. Dedicated computer emergency response teams stand at the forefront, leading cybersecurity efforts with specialized expertise. Tabletop exercises emerge as invaluable tools, preparing law enforcement personnel for the chaotic reality of potential cyber incidents. The integration of automated threat intelligence represents a significant leap forward, enabling real-time detection of cyber threats in law enforcement systems. Crisis communication strategies round out this comprehensive approach, addressing both internal stakeholders and the public during cyber incidents, maintaining transparency and trust. Cyber hygiene training programs in law enforcement. Cyber hygiene training programs in law enforcement represent the human firewall in the battle against digital threats. As shown on the slide, role-based curricula aligned with frameworks like the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education ensure that each member of law enforcement receives training tailored to their specific responsibilities and risk exposure. Phishing awareness campaigns stand out as crucial defenses against one of the most persistent threats in cybersecurity. The integration of cyber hygiene into basic training for all law enforcement personnel underscores its fundamental importance in modern policing. The adoption of virtual and augmented reality for training marks an innovative approach, creating immersive scenarios that prepare officers for real-world cyber challenges. Continuous learning programs ensure that law enforcement personnel's cybersecurity skills remain sharp and up-to-date in the face of rapidly evolving digital threats. Supply chain security in law enforcement. Supply chain security in law enforcement cyber hygiene addresses the often overlooked vulnerabilities introduced through third-party relationships. As illustrated on the slide, vendor risk assessments following ISO 28000 standards form the first line of defense, ensuring the integrity of the entire supply chain. The procurement process for hardware and software undergoes rigorous security checks, safeguarding against compromised components entering law enforcement systems. Code signing emerges as a critical practice, verifying the integrity and origin of software used in law enforcement operations. Cloud services, increasingly integral to modern law enforcement, must meet stringent security standards to protect sensitive data and operations. Third-party system audits serve as the final safeguard, identifying potential vulnerabilities in the complex ecosystem of law enforcement technology suppliers and partners. Implementing comprehensive cyber hygiene in law enforcement. Implementing comprehensive cyber hygiene in law enforcement requires a holistic approach that balances security imperatives with operational realities. As shown on the slide, a risk-based approach emerges as the cornerstone, prioritizing the protection of the most critical assets in an environment of limited resources. The principle of continuous adaptation underscores the dynamic nature of cyber threats, demanding ongoing evolution of security practices. Leadership plays a pivotal role in fostering a cybersecurity culture, transforming cyber hygiene from a set of rules into an ingrained aspect of law enforcement operations. Interagency collaboration stands out as a force multiplier, enhancing overall cyber hygiene across the law enforcement community through shared knowledge and resources. Ultimately, robust cyber hygiene practices emerge as crucial not just for operational integrity, but for maintaining public trust in law enforcement institutions in our increasingly digital world. Organizational and legal support for digital transformation of law enforcement agencies, international experience, strategies, programs, and roadmaps. Digital transformation of law enforcement. The digital transformation of law enforcement represents a seismic shift in the landscape of policing and criminal justice. As illustrated on the slide, this transformation encompasses far more than mere technological upgrades. It's a complete reimagining of how law enforcement operates in the digital age. The emergence of concepts like smart policing, and data-driven law enforcement signals a fundamental change in approach. The scale of this challenge is staggering. Interpol's projection that cybercrime may cost $10.5 trillion annually by 2025 underscores the urgency of this transformation. The integration of AI and big data is not just enhancing traditional policing models, it's redefining them. However, this digital revolution isn't without its challenges. As we navigate this transformation, we must grapple with the complex task of balancing enhanced effectiveness with maintaining public trust, a theme that will recur throughout our exploration of this topic. International strategies for law enforcement digital transformation. The digital transformation of law enforcement is not confined by national borders. It's a global endeavor requiring coordinated international strategies. As shown on the slide, organizations like the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime are at the forefront, shaping national efforts through their cybercrime program. The European Union's approach, integrating digital transformation into its digital single market and security union strategy, exemplifies the recognition that effective digital policing requires seamless cross-border cooperation. Interpol's global cybercrime strategy stands out for its focus on building digital capacity among member countries, acknowledging that the strength of global law enforcement is only as robust as its weakest link. The Five Eyes Law Enforcement Group's collaboration highlights how even among advanced nations, shared expertise is crucial. These international strategies underscore a critical point. In the face of borderless digital crime, effective law enforcement requires unprecedented levels of global cooperation and shared technological advancement. National digital transformation strategies in law enforcement. National strategies for digital transformation in law enforcement reflect the diverse priorities and context of different countries. As illustrated on the slide, the United States Advancing American AI Initiative is reshaping the FBI's technological capabilities, positioning artificial intelligence at the heart of future law enforcement. The UK's National Data Strategy takes a different tack, focusing on enhancing digital intelligence to stay ahead of evolving criminal tactics. Germany's Police 2020 program demonstrates a comprehensive approach to modernizing its systems across all levels of law enforcement, emphasizing the need for seamless integration. Japan's strategy stands out for its integration of AI specifically in crime prevention, showcasing a proactive approach to law enforcement. Estonia's e-police program is particularly noteworthy, leveraging the country's digital leadership to create a model of efficient, technology-driven policing. These diverse approaches highlight how digital transformation strategies must be tailored to national context, while addressing universal challenges in modern law enforcement. Organizational restructuring for digital transformation. The digital transformation of law enforcement demands more than just technological upgrades. It requires a fundamental rethinking of organizational structures. As shown on the slide, the establishment of specialized cybercrime units, exemplified by the UK's National Cybercrime Unit, reflects the recognition that traditional police structures are ill-equipped to handle the complexities of digital crime. The integration of data scientists into law enforcement agencies represents a significant shift, acknowledging that modern policing requires expertise beyond traditional law enforcement skills. The creation of dedicated digital forensics labs underscores the growing importance of digital evidence in investigations. The transformation of frontline policing through mobile technologies is changing how officers interact with both information systems and the public. Perhaps most intriguingly, public-private partnerships like the National Cyber Forensics and Training Alliance are blurring the lines between public and private sector expertise, recognizing that effective digital law enforcement requires collaboration beyond traditional boundaries. Technological infrastructure modernization. The modernization of technological infrastructure forms the backbone of law enforcement's digital transformation. As illustrated on the slide, the adoption of cloud computing in law enforcement, guided by frameworks like the Criminal Justice Information Services Security Policy, is revolutionizing data storage and access while ensuring robust protection of sensitive information. The implementation of 5G networks promises to enhance communication capabilities dramatically, potentially transforming response times and real-time data sharing in the field. The integration of Internet of Things devices into law enforcement operations opens new frontiers in situational awareness and rapid response. Body-worn cameras, while introducing powerful new capabilities for accountability and evidence gathering, also present significant challenges in data management and privacy protection. The exploration of AI applications in policing, though controversial, points to a future where predictive analytics and facial recognition could reshape law enforcement practices, raising critical ethical questions that we must address. Data management and analytics in law enforcement. Data management and analytics have emerged as the nerve center of modern law enforcement operations. As shown on the slide, big data platforms like the New York Police Department's Domain Awareness System are transforming situational awareness, providing unprecedented insights into urban environments. The application of predictive analytics in policing, while promising enhanced crime prevention, raises significant ethical concerns regarding potential biases and privacy infringements. Social media analytics have become an indispensable tool for intelligence gathering, though their use must be carefully navigated within legal frameworks to protect civil liberties. The establishment of real-time crime centers represents a shift towards centralized, data-driven decision-making in law enforcement operations. The implementation of data lakes addresses the chronic issue of data fragmentation in law enforcement agencies, potentially unlocking new capabilities in cross-case analysis and pattern recognition. These advancements underscore the transformative power of data in modern policing while highlighting the critical need for ethical guidelines and robust oversight. Digital skills development in law enforcement. The digital transformation of law enforcement is only as effective as the skills of the personnel driving it. As illustrated on the slide, police academies are fundamentally revising their curricula to incorporate comprehensive digital literacy training, recognizing that every officer must be equipped to operate in a digital environment. The implementation of continuous learning programs acknowledges that in the rapidly evolving digital landscape, initial training is not sufficient. Officers must constantly update their skills to remain effective. Specialized cybercrime investigator training programs are crucial for developing the expertise needed to combat sophisticated digital crimes. The focus on digital leadership programs for law enforcement executives underscores the recognition that effective digital transformation requires informed leadership at all levels. Partnerships with universities and tech companies for advanced training represent an innovative approach to bridging the skills gap, leveraging external expertise to enhance law enforcement capabilities in the digital age. Legal and policy frameworks for digital transformation. The legal and policy frameworks governing digital transformation in law enforcement are evolving rapidly to keep pace with technological advancements. As shown on the slide, the Cloud Act represents a significant step in addressing the complexities of cross-jurisdictional digital evidence access, facilitating international cooperation in cybercrime investigations. The development of ethical guidelines for AI use in policing acknowledges the powerful potential and significant risks of these technologies in law enforcement. The ongoing debates surrounding facial recognition technology use highlight the tension between enhancing law enforcement capabilities and protecting civil liberties. The adaptation of privacy laws to address big data use in investigations reflects the challenge of balancing effective law enforcement with individual privacy rights in the digital age. The development of cross-border data sharing agreements underscores the recognition that effective digital law enforcement requires unprecedented levels of international cooperation, challenging traditional notions of jurisdiction and sovereignty. International cooperation in law enforcement digital transformation. International cooperation has become the linchpin of effective digital transformation in law enforcement. As illustrated on the slide, Interpol's Global Complex for Innovation stands out as a hub for capacity building, enhancing digital capabilities of law enforcement agencies worldwide. Europol's European Cybercrime Center exemplifies regional cooperation, promoting digital transformation among EU member states' law enforcement agencies. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes focus on developing countries' digital law enforcement capacity acknowledges that global cybersecurity is only as strong as its weakest link. Regional initiatives like ASEAN's Cyber Capacity Program demonstrate how shared challenges can drive collaborative solutions. The Five Eyes collaboration in advanced technology sharing highlights how even among advanced nations, pooling resources and expertise is crucial in the face of rapidly evolving digital threats. These initiatives underscore a critical point. In the digital age, effective law enforcement is inherently a global endeavor. Opportunities and challenges in law enforcement digital transformation. The digital transformation of law enforcement presents a landscape rich with opportunities, but fraught with challenges. As shown on the slide, organizational resistance and budget constraints emerge as significant hurdles, highlighting that the greatest obstacles to digital transformation often lie within the institutions themselves. The crucial role of leadership commitment underscores that successful digital strategies require more than just technological solutions. They demand cultural change driven from the top. The challenge of balancing technology with human-centered policing reminds us that digital tools should enhance, not replace, the human element in law enforcement. Ongoing concerns about data privacy and ethical use of technology emphasize the need for robust governance frameworks to maintain public trust. The imperative for continuous learning and adaptation highlights a fundamental truth in the rapidly evolving digital landscape. The transformation of law enforcement is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. International organizations and law enforcement cooperation in combating cybercrime. International cooperation in combating cybercrime. International cooperation in combating cybercrime stands as the frontline defense against a threat that knows no borders. As illustrated on the slide, this cooperation spans a wide range of activities, from information sharing to joint operations and capacity building. The scale of this challenge is staggering. The Internet Crime Complaint Center reported a mind-boggling 791,790 cybercrime complaints in 2020, with losses exceeding $4.2 billion. These figures underscore the critical need for coordinated global action. The Emotet botnet takedown in 2021 serves as a prime example of what can be achieved through effective international cooperation, involving law enforcement agencies from 8 countries in a synchronized operation. This case highlights both the potential and the complexities of cross-border investigations. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore how international cooperation is not just beneficial, but essential in addressing the evolving nature of digital threats in our interconnected world. The United Nations' role in cybercrime efforts. The United Nations stands at the forefront of global efforts to combat cybercrime, leveraging its unparalleled reach and influence. As shown on the slide, the UN Office on Drugs and Crimes Global Program on Cybercrime plays a pivotal role, focusing on capacity building in member states to enhance their ability to combat digital threats. The adoption of UN Resolution 74-247 marks a significant step, initiating the process for developing a comprehensive cybercrime convention. This move underscores the recognition that cybercrime requires a truly global response. The intergovernmental expert group's work in studying cybercrime trends and recommending global responses highlights the UN's role as a thought leader in this domain. UNODC's provision of technical assistance and training to member states demonstrates the practical application of the UN's efforts. As we consider the UN's role, it becomes clear that addressing emerging threats like AI-enabled crimes requires not just national efforts, but coordinated global action. Interpol's facilitation of international cybercrime investigations. Interpol emerges as a central player in the global fight against cybercrime, serving as the connective tissue between law enforcement agencies worldwide. As illustrated on the slide, Interpol's Cybercrime Directorate coordinates efforts across an impressive 194 member countries, providing a truly global platform for combating digital threats. The organization's Global Cybercrime Strategy 2021-2025 sets a clear roadmap, focusing on the critical areas of intelligence, operations, and forensics. The establishment of the Cyber Fusion Center in Singapore represents a significant leap forward, offering real-time support for cybercrime investigations across time zones. Interpol's involvement in high-profile operations like Operation Goldfish Alpha demonstrates its capacity to coordinate complex, multinational efforts against cybercriminals. This centralized approach to global cybercrime efforts underscores a crucial point. In the digital age, effective law enforcement requires unprecedented levels of international coordination and information sharing. Europol's leadership in EU cybercrime cooperation. Europol stands out as a beacon of regional cooperation in the fight against cybercrime, particularly within the European Union. As shown on the slide, the establishment of the European Cybercrime Center in 2013 marked a significant milestone in EU-wide efforts to combat digital threats. Europol's annual Internet Organized Crime Threat Assessment Report has become an indispensable tool, providing a comprehensive overview of cybercrime trends across the EU. The Joint Cybercrime Action Task Force exemplifies Europol's operational prowess, coordinating high-profile investigations that span multiple countries. Success stories like the WFPN takedown highlight the effectiveness of this collaborative approach. Europol's model demonstrates a critical point: effective cybercrime response in the modern era requires not just reactive measures, but a proactive, intelligence-led approach that combines operational support with strategic analysis. This comprehensive strategy serves as a model for regional cooperation in cybercrime, offering valuable lessons for other parts of the world. The Council of Europe and the Budapest Convention. The Budapest Convention stands as a landmark in international cybercrime law, representing a pioneering effort to create a global legal framework for combating digital threats. As illustrated on the slide, this convention, developed by the Council of Europe in 2001, has been ratified by 66 countries, extending its influence far beyond Europe's borders. Its significance lies in providing a comprehensive framework for harmonizing national laws and enhancing international cooperation in cybercrime investigations. The Cybercrime Convention Committee plays a crucial role in facilitating the Convention's implementation, ensuring its continued relevance in the face of rapidly evolving digital threats. The development of guidance notes demonstrates the Convention's adaptability, clarifying its application to new technologies and emerging forms of cybercrime. This approach underscores the critical point: effective international legal frameworks in cybercrime must balance the need for standardization with the flexibility to address new challenges in the digital landscape. G7 and G20 forums addressing global cybercrime challenges. The G7 and G20 forums emerge as pivotal platforms for high-level political cooperation in addressing global cybercrime challenges. As shown on the slide, initiatives like the G7 24/7 network play a crucial role in facilitating rapid cooperation in cybercrime investigation, acknowledging that in the digital realm, time is often of the essence. The G7 Roma Lion Group's focus on high-tech crime underscores the recognition of cybercrime as a top-tier security threat among the world's leading economies. The G20's engagement through its Digital Economy Task Force demonstrates the intrinsic link between cybersecurity and economic stability in our interconnected world. The impact of summit declarations in shaping national policies on cybercrime and cybersecurity cannot be overstated. These forums highlight a crucial point: effective global strategies against cybercrime require not just operational cooperation, but also high-level political commitment and alignment among major world powers. Regional organizations in combating cybercrime. Regional organizations play a crucial role in tailoring cybercrime responses to specific geographical and cultural contexts. As illustrated on the slide, ASEAN's comprehensive cybersecurity strategy demonstrates how regional bodies can address shared threats while respecting the unique needs of member states. The African Union's adoption of a cybersecurity convention highlights the continent's proactive approach to addressing regional cybercrime issues. The Organization of American States operational support across the Americas showcases how regional organizations can provide practical assistance in cybercrime investigations. The Commonwealth's work in assisting member countries to develop national cybersecurity strategies underscores the importance of capacity building in diverse contexts. These regional initiatives reflect a critical understanding: while cybercrime is a global threat, effective responses often require nuanced, localized approaches that take into account regional specificities and challenges. Public-private partnerships in cybercrime response. Public-private partnerships have emerged as a cornerstone in the global response to cybercrime, bridging the gap between governmental authority and private sector expertise. As shown on the slide, initiatives like the World Economic Forum's Cybercrime Project bring together global leaders to address this complex challenge. Microsoft's Digital Crimes Unit stands out as a prime example of how tech giants can contribute significantly to law enforcement efforts worldwide. The Cyber Threat Alliance's work in facilitating threat intelligence sharing among private sector entities demonstrates the power of industry collaboration. The National Cyber Forensics and Training Alliance model, replicated internationally, showcases the potential of sustained public-private cooperation. These partnerships highlight a crucial point in the rapidly evolving landscape of cybercrime. Law enforcement agencies alone cannot keep pace. The expertise, resources, and technological capabilities of the private sector are indispensable in developing effective, adaptive responses to digital threats. International capacity building in cybercrime response. International capacity building stands as a critical component in the global fight against cybercrime, addressing the stark disparities in resources and expertise across nations. As illustrated on the slide, initiatives like the Council of Europe's Cybercrime Program Office deliver comprehensive training programs worldwide, enhancing the capabilities of law enforcement agencies to combat digital threats. UNODC's focus on developing countries' capacity reflects the understanding that global cybersecurity is only as strong as its weakest link. Interpol's specialized courses at the Interpol Global Complex for Innovation offer cutting-edge training to law enforcement worldwide. NATO's Cooperative Cyber Defense Center of Excellence plays a unique role in bridging cyber defense and law enforcement training initiatives. These efforts underscore a critical point in the interconnected digital world. Enhancing the cybercrime fighting capabilities of all nations is not just beneficial, but essential for global security. Ongoing challenges in international cybercrime cooperation. Despite significant progress, international cooperation in combating cybercrime faces persistent challenges that demand ongoing attention and innovation. As shown on the slide, jurisdictional issues and legal differences continue to impede international cybercrime investigations, highlighting the need for further harmonization of laws across borders. The Budapest Convention serves as a model in this effort, but achieving global consensus remains an elusive goal. The imperative for rapid information sharing in the face of evolving cybercrime threats underscores the need for more efficient, streamlined cooperation mechanisms. Balancing the needs of international cooperation with national sovereignty remains a delicate task, particularly in issues of data access and cross-border investigations. The digital divide between nations impacts global response capability, emphasizing the ongoing need for inclusive capacity-building efforts. These challenges highlight a crucial point: the fight against cybercrime is an ongoing process that requires continuous adaptation, innovation, and international dialogue to keep pace with evolving digital threats. Thank you for attention.